Marie, I apologize about Charles. How are you holding up?
Hey. I'm all right at the moment. I appreciate your concern. I've just been swamped with tasks.
Have you selected a funeral home? I know planning a funeral can be quite swift.
Yes, I have. He was taken there a short while ago.
Oh, that's good to know. Is there much more to arrange?
Not too much. I've managed most of what was necessary.
Do you want me to come there and assist you? I know you need support, especially emotionally, right now.
Thank you, sis. I'm holding up for now, and it's late. I don't want you to travel all the way here at this hour.
All right, I'll come over first thing tomorrow morning then. I'm here to help with whatever you need.
Are you certain?
My little sister's well-being means the world to me.
I appreciate that. Thank you. If you're okay with it, you're welcome to visit.
I can't even imagine the pain you're enduring. Going through all the trouble of getting remarried. My heart aches for you.
It was a long time coming. Charles battled cancer for 3 years. I made peace with losing him some time ago.
What's your plan moving forward? Will you be raising James on your own? Raising a middle schooler is a challenge, let alone doing it alone.
I'll find a way.
How will you manage his college expenses?
He's as bright as his father. I'm confident he'll earn the grades needed for a scholarship. It would certainly ease the financial burden. He hasn't scored less than 95 in any subject. He's an A student.
It's not always that simple. Challenges might arise as the coursework gets tougher.
If need be, he can attend a community college for 2 years before transferring. Plus, I've been saving separately for his future. For now, things seem manageable. We'll take it one day at a time. And I'm still working and contributing to that fund.
But college isn't your only concern. What about your later years? Who will take care of you?
I'm still employed and saving beyond what's meant for James. Once he's independent, I'll have more capacity to save.
You can't underestimate this. How old will you be by then? He might be your stepson, but don't forget he's not your biological child.
That doesn't matter. He's my son. Period.
Genetics still count.
I've raised him since he was less than 2. I haven't told him the truth about his parentage yet. Though he might have an idea. As long as he considers me his mother, he's my son. Especially now that Charles is gone, he means everything.
You'll need to tell him eventually. I'd hate to see you struggle for a child who isn't truly yours. Do you want me to talk to him?
No, I don't. I'm waiting for the right moment to tell him. He's just lost his father. It would devastate him to know now. Once things settle and he's mature enough, I'll explain. So please, refrain from mentioning anything to him. I'm serious.
Well, as long as you're planning to tell him eventually. But you're definitely taking the harder path. If I were in your shoes, I might approach it differently.
Hey, sorry. I wasn't aware of your call. I'm currently at City Hall. There are a few loose ends I need to address for Dad.
My apologies for not realizing you were occupied. I wanted to discuss something with you.
Is everything all right? Did something happen?
I have a favor to ask. I understand that you're not my biological mother. Therefore, you're not obligated to continue raising me since we lack a genetic connection.
What?
However, I'm pleading with you. I'm not prepared to live on my own just yet. Could you consider allowing me to reside with you until I finish middle school?
Who informed you of that?
Aunt Tracy did.
She told you?
According to her, you married my dad after I was born.
All right, but why are you requesting to stay in the house? Did she say anything else to you?
Well, she mentioned that now dad's gone, I should get used to independence since you'll evict me. She claimed I was only a burden to you.
Oh my goodness.
Is that accurate?
I wish I could have disclosed this differently. But it's true that we're not related by blood. I regret not telling you sooner. I believe the timing was inappropriate, given your recent loss. I intended to share it with you directly, not through Aunt Tracy.
I see. So it's factual.
Just that part. Any notions of me expelling you or viewing you as a burden are completely false. I'm committed to ensuring your college education. You'll reside with me until you choose to leave.
But you're only doing that because it's what Dad wanted for me. I don't want to worsen your life.
You're definitely not doing that. Additionally, your dad had no involvement in this decision. I want you to understand that. Let me clarify. No one is forcing me to care for you. Your dad especially didn't compel me to support you or send you to college. This is a choice I'm making willingly. Your dad's passing doesn't alter anything between us.
Yet, if you keep me around, your retirement funds will be depleted.
Let me guess. Aunt Tracy told you that as well? Finances aren't something you need to worry about. I'm employed and have savings.
But you must be exhausted from everything. You might be saying things just to ease my concerns.
Allow me to elaborate. Ever since your dad and I got married, we've been gradually saving money. My job's income will support us. Plus, there's life insurance from your dad. For the present, we're financially secure. Don't stress about it. There might be a need for college loans. However, I believe I'll have saved enough by then to minimize the loan amount. I assure you, I'm not saying this solely to comfort you.
Really? I trust you.
Your place is with me.
Are you absolutely sure it's all right? After speaking with Aunt Tracy, I've been quite anxious.
I understand. I don't blame you for feeling that way. You're going through a lot. Dad's recent passing is surely affecting you emotionally. But you need to have faith in me. I would never kick you out of the house under any circumstances. Do you believe I could do something like that?
No.
James, I love you. No matter what, I'm your mother. Why did you tell James I'm not his real mother? You said some really hurtful things to him.
Well, he was making things difficult for you. I felt it wasn't fair that you were left alone to handle your late husband's responsibilities. As your older sister, I felt compelled to intervene.
Parasite? Are you talking about James?
Perhaps I should have chosen my words more carefully. I suppose he's more of a burden than a parasite.
That's no improvement. You're being incredibly rude.
Regardless of how I phrase it, the situation remains the same. In essence, you're not biologically his mother.
Like I've already said, our biological connection doesn't matter. I raised him, so he's my son. His father's passing doesn't alter our relationship. But let's focus on the issue at hand. Why on earth did you tell him I'm kicking him out of the house? Never say anything like that again. He actually believed you. It was a nightmare convincing him otherwise.
See? I knew he was a burden. This proves he's causing problems for you.
You know what I meant. Stop it. The only one who perceives him as a burden is you.
Circumstances forced you into a motherly role after your remarriage. It's almost like Stockholm Syndrome, isn't it? You were coerced into being his mother. And you gradually convinced yourself you loved him. I empathize with your predicament.
Your interpretation of our relationship is irrelevant. I am his mother, plain and simple. I decided that even before I married Charles. The moment I met James, I knew I wanted to be his mother. Marriage isn't solely a decision for men. I wasn't coerced. I willingly married Charles and embraced being James's mother.
You're still deluded, I see. By definition, family isn't limited to blood ties. I haven't considered that boy a family member.
Are you serious?
Yes. He's merely a dependent outsider. It's a shame you can't see the reality. You're distracted by trivial things like his academic success. He's straining you financially. You need to cut ties and relieve yourself of that burden.
I can't believe you. I thought you, of all people, would understand our situation. You're just heartless.
How am I heartless? I wanted to help you by getting rid of him.
You're being dishonest. You simply dislike him for some twisted reason. If anyone's in that position, it's you. You're still receiving money from Dad, aren't you? I haven't asked for anything since high school graduation.
What other choice did I have? I live alone and money's tight.
And why is that? Because you squander your funds on clubbing and frivolous purchases?
Enough. Who do you think you're speaking to? After everything I've done for you, this is the respect I get? I rushed to your side after your husband's death.
Frankly, I believe you did that to meddle in my affairs. You're the most invasive and nosy person I've encountered. I've stayed silent about it till now.
Is that how you truly feel? That's quite harsh.
Have you forgotten what you did at the funeral? You arrived early, pretending to assist, but you just ate the refreshments. While I assumed you were mingling with guests, I found you napping. You were completely unhelpful. Mom and our other relatives were much more supportive.
How dare you speak to me like that? I'll report your rudeness to Mom and Dad.
Go ahead. You'll only make yourself look foolish. I'll share everything you've done to me and James.
I'm on my way to see Mom and Dad right now. I'm going to tell them all the hurtful things you've been saying.
Oh yeah? That's just great.
How come?
If you weren't already heading there. You'll definitely want to after you hear what I'm about to tell you.
What's that supposed to mean? Tell me what?
To begin with, I shared everything you told James with them. including how you called him a parasite. And that we're not really family since we're not blood related. Dad let out a deep sigh and then he revealed to me.
Revealed what? I don't have time for your games. Hurry up.
That you're adopted.
What? What are you even talking about? That's not possible.
You're about to meet them, right? They'll explain everything when you arrive.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying. Mom and Dad couldn't have biological children after marriage. They longed for a child, so they adopted you. They still have the adoption documents. They can show you if you'd like.
And what about you? If they couldn't have kids, it means you're adopted too, right?
Nope.
Why not? That doesn't make sense.
They were really stressed having you in the house. So they found ways to relieve stress. Mom became pregnant with me shortly after you were born. They debated whether to tell you for a while. They knew you'd take it badly. Unlike me, they knew your negativity would be devastating. But that changed when they heard what you were saying about James. They decided it was time to tell you.
Why are you telling me before them? I wanted to hear it directly from Mom and Dad.
Are you getting so old that you're forgetting things? You did the same thing to James.
Speaking so coldly to your own sister. You're truly heartless.
Well, my son means more to me than you do. Oh, by the way. You said anyone not related by blood isn't family, right? So, that means you. What were your words? Oh yeah. You're an outsider. I suppose that means we'll have to cut you out of our lives.
No. That's not what anyone wants. I've known you far longer than that little brat. He should leave, not me.
That's completely irrelevant. James is a huge help around the house and has never asked for money. He wants to get a good job to repay me, so he's studying hard. Then there's you. All you cared about since childhood was having fun. You never pitched in. Even now, you're still dependent on Mom and Dad. I wonder who should go, you or James?
Despite what you think, Mom and Dad would never cut ties with me. I'm their daughter.
Not by your definition. You should prepare for what's coming. Dad sounded furious when I spoke to him earlier. I'm sure Mom feels the same. They won't give you any more money.
You're a terrible liar. They would never do that to me.
This has probably been building for a while. You've been a burden since childhood.
They wouldn't really abandon me, right?
Dad's so angry, it wouldn't matter if you were his biological daughter.
Marie, please do something to change his mind. I don't know what I'd do if they cut me off. You know I'm broke, right?
Sorry, but I won't help. You made your choices, now face them. Your words have come back to haunt you. It's karma. It's time for you to understand the consequences of your actions. I've just finished reviewing your father's will. I also found a letter he left for you. I placed both documents on your nightstand.
Thank you. I actually came across them earlier. I'd just concluded reading them. I was genuinely surprised that he penned a letter for me.
What did the letter say?
I regret not revealing the truth about your mother to you. Regardless of biology, Your mother is your true mother now. Cherish her well on my behalf.
That was quite thoughtful of him. He had concerns about you as well. Particularly regarding our relationship after you discovered I didn't give birth to you.
I'm determined to make him proud. I believe he's watching over me from heaven. Mom, I wholeheartedly accept everything now. I apologize for doubting you.
I'm the one who owes you an apology. I should have disclosed all of this earlier. Let's both strive and honor Dad's memory. You're correct. He's our guardian from above.
I'm overjoyed that you're my mom. You're truly the world's best mother. You've illuminated my life. I'm incredibly fortunate to have you. My love for you is boundless. I'm grateful you and Dad crossed paths.
Dad wasn't the only one who captured my heart. You did as well, my son. My sister's actions caused quite a commotion initially. Now that things have settled, my bond with James is stronger than ever. Together, we frequently visit the cemetery where Charles rests. I hope Charles has found peace in heaven. Speaking of different matters, Tracy had a direct conversation with our parents to confront the truth and discuss her actions towards James. According to my mom, things got really tense and nearly turned physical. Tracy pointed the finger at me and tried to portray herself as the victim. Essentially, she avoided taking any responsibility for her actions. Eventually, my dad reached his limit. They completely disassociated from her and severed all contact. When my dad raised the idea of cutting off financial support, her moral compass suddenly shifted, and she began apologizing. After they expelled her from their home and declared her non grata, she wept on their doorstep, but they made it clear she was no longer considered their daughter. My parents didn't fall for her insincere tears. My mom informed me that Tracy shows up almost every day, pleading for forgiveness and begging them to change their stance. Perhaps someday my parents will find it in their hearts to pardon her, though that's likely far down the road. She's now nothing but a burden to them.